Issue Burning in the house, back with another bang on video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some good amount of news for you guys. Forgive me for my lack of energy because I've been playing for 3 hours and I've been making this video, so I'm really sorry for that. But we got some really interesting news for you guys because we're going to talk about Mohamed Elneny scoring a banger against Comoros. Yes, and of course, we're going to talk about a new striker, Arsenal linked with the price tag of Martin Odegaard. We're also going to talk about Aubameyang coming up with his Travis Scott hairstyle, and Alex Lacazette making fun of him in the training in the room, and of course an Arsenal player rushes home because his mother is in ICU. So yes, we're going to talk about that as well. So let's just get into it. So it looks like Mo Elneny cannot stop scoring bangers because he scored one outside the box against Comoros for Egypt. Yes, Chris Wheatley tweets out that Mo Elneny is reaping the rewards of his shooting sessions with Arsenal Football Club assistant Steve Round. The Egyptian has scored for his country in their AFCON qualifier against Comoros. 14th minute, superb goal. Superb. Unreal. So moving on, so talking about one of the Arsenal coaches who's actually finally leaving. His lead academy goalkeeping coach Andy Woodman has left the club to join National League side Bromley. Now, yes, he is leaving. 49-year-old spent almost 5 years at the Emirates Stadium with Arsenal, but now has taken charge at Bromley. So he has actually joined Arsenal in 2016, replacing Neil Smith, who was sacked last week after 225 games in charge. Earlier this month, Football London reported that the 49-year-old was set to leave Arsenal at the end of the season. His contract was not renewed. So he says, "I'm delighted to be given the opportunity to lead such an ambitious club, and I'm looking forward to working towards fulfilling that ambition." Andy Woodman said the chairman and his vision for the club, along with the existing and planned facilities, make for an incredibly exciting time ahead for players, staff and supporters. Now, a former Crystal Palace, Newcastle and Carlton Athletic coach took over the reins of the Gunners' goalkeeping department after Gary Payton left in 2018. However, Inaki Kanya's arrival in 2019 saw the 49-year-old's role focus on the development of goalkeepers from all levels, from the under-9s to the under-23s. Kana was working closely with the first team. So that happened, and of course there's no more work for him, I guess. So the Gunners have watched him closely since the end of the last season when he finished his initial spell with the Swans. Woodman's son Freddie is currently impressing the championship for Swansea and on loan from Newcastle, and Arsenal have tracked him this season. And the former Arsenal man takes over the Bromley side in 10th place in the National League and just 4 points outside the playoff positions. His first game in charge will be on Friday against struggling Wealdstone. Cool. All the best with that. All the best with that. End of an era. Moving on, so talking about Arsenal's very own youngster Giroud. Yes, it looks like, according to calciomercato.com, Leipzig, Milan, Roma, Atletico Madrid and Arsenal are the clubs most interested in signing Fiorentina striker Dusan Vlahovic. Yes, Dusan Vlahovic. The Fiorentina striker, and Leipzig, Milan, Roma, Atletico and even Arsenal are the most active clubs on Dusan Vlahovic. The Fiorentina striker is the most important legacy left by Cesar Prandelli to the Viola club. The enhancement of a talent who at only 21 years of age represents a treasure of inestimable value. So according to Calcio Mercato, it's a big thing that Arsenal are also one of the clubs who are tracking Vlahovic down. Will they get him? Don't know. Really don't know. Moving on, so talking about different stuff, let's talk about Martin Odegaard. So according to OK Diario, if Martin Odegaard insists on leaving Real Madrid permanently in the summer, the Spanish club will not sell him for less than 60 million euros. 60. That's the price tag of Martin Odegaard. So Arsenal would be the obvious candidates to sign the player, but Bayern Munich and Man City have informed the players' representatives of their interest in the Norwegian. Let's talk about it in detail now. Real Madrid has Odegaard in its future project, but if the player insists on leaving, 60 million euros is the price tag. Arsenal, City, Bayern have also already shown interest. Odegaard is not clear about his return. He says, "We will see what happens in the summer." Now, Martin Odegaard's future is uncertain at Bernabeu, so it is clear from the club's offices on Paseo de la Castellana that they would not sell it for less than 60 million euros. The end of the season is approaching and the clubs are already beginning to plan the next course for Real Madrid. Names like Kylian Mbappe or Erling Haaland do not stop coming out, but in sports management they also think about exits. So Martin Odegaard is one that they could think of exiting. So they are aware of the quality of Erling Haaland, and if the Dortmund striker came to Concha Espina, they consider that they could form a society that would instill fear in the fields of Spain and Europe. Of course, in the leadership of Real Madrid, they are aware that there are some impediments for Odegaard to continue at the Santiago Bernabeu. The Norwegian had to go out in the winter market in search of minutes that he would get under Zinedine Zidane. This is why if the French coach continues at the head of the Real Madrid, it would complicate the continuity of the playmaker who is currently on loan at Arsenal. If it comes out, it will be for a minimum 60 million euros. So, linked with Eduardo Camavinga, Haaland and Mbappe, it looks like Real Madrid are really looking to get that 60 million euros. What about Bayern and City? Arsenal appears as a great candidate if Madrid opts for selling Odegaard. But Bayern Munich was the first, confirming an interest already appeared long ago, and that has increased the amount of minutes that Martin has had gradually since his arrival at Arsenal. In the Bavarian team, they do not want to pay such a huge high amount for a footballer who has not yet been able to consolidate himself as a starter in a great project. But they are aware of the projection of the footballer who aims in the medium term to become one of the best of the planet in position. Now talking about City, Pep Guardiola's City. So from the English entity, they also have contacted the footballer's environment to convey their interest as a potential signing for a project of maximum aspirations, in which Odegaard would share a dressing room with players who speak the same football language. So that is the reality. Odegaard, I think City, I don't think so Odegaard would shine at City. They're about to offer a new contract to Kevin De Bruyne, so he'll be definitely like Coutinho at Bayern on the bench. Going to Bayern, no, it'll be a loan deal, no permanent deal for Odegaard. So the only club who shows seriousness, I think there's only one club who would. Right now it's Arsenal. Moving on, so Arsenal star Lacazette greets Aubameyang in hilarious Insta video with comparison to superstar rapper. Well, as already mentioned, he actually looks like Travis Scott. That's a Travis Scott look. So even Lacazette, in the midst of his busy schedule, Aubameyang clearly had sufficient time to complete a pretty considerable makeover. So, yep, he came up with this in the training ground. So Lacazette, clearly a fan, judging by the excitement in his voice on his Instagram story, greeted Aubameyang with a camera lens, comparing his teammate's new look, that of a 6-time Grammy nominee Travis Scott. And yes, he made go check out on Instagram stories. Actually, he put that on his Instagram stories that and you can actually check it out. Travis Scott is in the building. Oh my god, it's really funny though. Aubameyang, it doesn't look good, but it's his life. I don't want to interfere in that. But for me, no. Moving on, so Arsenal loanee Lucas Torreira has been allowed to return to Uruguay after being given special leave, with his mother admitted to the intensive care unit of the hospital. The 25-year-old has been spending the current season on loan with Atletico Madrid in La Liga, where his side currently sit on top of the division. So Torreira hasn't been enjoying as much playing time as he would have liked, but his priorities may well be looked at following the latest news. Lucas's mother has supposedly been admitted to the hospital after contracting coronavirus, as confirmed by sports.es. The player himself has also suffered with COVID-19 earlier in the campaign, but is not believed to have had any long-term struggles overcoming the illness himself. Well, this is what I want to say as well, that let's hope his mom is fine with it and she doesn't contract some really long-term problems. South America appears to be amongst the worst hit by the pandemic at present, with the BBC reporting on new strains from Brazil and South Africa wanted to be contained to their environments. The UK has had their own issues with their own newly found strains also, but the vaccine program in the UK appears to be working wonders at present. So, Lucas, take care of your mom, bro. I think everything will be fine. We are praying for you. Guys, please pray for Lucas Torreira's mom. So with this, we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.